Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam udhiraye. Nishtaprayeshu bhadreshu nityam bhāgavata-sevayā. Bhagavati uttamashloke bhaktir bhavati nishtaki. Durlabha manasho deho dehinam shana bhangurai. Tatrapi durlabham manye vaikuntha priyadarshinaha. Guruve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharini Nirvishunyavadi Pashat Deshatarini Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Kṛṣṇa Hare Kṛṣṇa Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear worshipable devotees, thank you so much for joining. So today is a very special occasion. It's the Vāmana Dwādashi. So on this day, Lord Vāmana Dev, the dwarf incarnation of the Supreme Lord, appeared. And it's also Srila Jiva Goswami's appearance as well. Tomorrow is Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur's appearance day. So, and we mentioned that we were going to discuss two things today. One is the Raje Prasidam Navanita Chauram song, and the other, we also have to discuss the we'll also discuss a little bit about Lord Vāmana Dev. So I'm going to open the song so we can sing that song and try to meditate upon the meaning. The song is in connection with what we were discussing yesterday, that how Krishna is but a thief. He is the best amongst the thieves. And no thief gets famous by stealing, but when it comes to the Supreme Lord, his activities are transcendental. Janma, karma, cha, me divyam. Therefore, he gets famous. Not just famous, he gets all famous. One of the qualities of the Lord is he's all famous. So maybe I can share my screen now. This is a bhajan by Srila Bilomangal Thakur. He's one of the great acharyas in our parampara. Maybe we can read the translation first. That will be nice. So maybe we can read one or two paragraphs each. Maybe two paragraphs each you can read, and then we'll sing. Anyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes, Mataji, please.
I offer my respectful obeisance to that foremost of thieves, who is famous in Braja as the butter thief, and he who steals the gopis' clothes, and who, for those who take shelter of him, steals the sins which have occurred over many lifetimes. I offer my respectful obeisance to the foremost of thieves, who steals Srimati Radhika's heart, who steals the dark luster of a fresh rain cloud, and who steals all the sins and sufferings of those who take shelter of his feet.
Next,
Hare
someone
Kṛṣṇa,
else
Prabhuji.
wants. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Kṛṣṇa, thank you. He turns his surrendered devotees into paupers and wandering, homeless beggars. Alas, such a fearsome thief has never been seen or heard in all the three worlds. Mere utterance of his name purges one of the mountain of sins, such as astonishingly wonderful thief I have never seen or heard anywhere. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhu. Anyone else wants to read next two stanzas?
Number 5. Thief, having stolen my wealth, my honor, my senses, my life, and my everything, where can you run to? I have caught you with the rope of my devotion. Number 6. You cut the terrible noose of Yamaraja. You sever the dreadful noose of material existence, and you slash everyone's material bondage. But you are unable to cut the knot fastened by your own loving devotees.
Very good. Thank you. Next, last two. Anyone?
Shall I, Prabhuji? Number 8. O Krishna,
Seven,
thief of my thing. The
Need to
news of my. Shall I, Prabhu?
Yeah, you can read 7 and then 8.
7 and 8, yeah. O stealer of my everything, O thief, today I have imprisoned you in the miserable prison house of my heart, which is very fearful due to the terrible darkness of my ignorance. And there, for a very long time, you will remain receiving appropriate punishment for your crimes of thievery. O Krishna, thief of my everything, the noose of my devotion remaining forever tight, you will continue to reside in the prison house of my heart because I will not release you for millions of eons. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much for so nicely reading. Raje prasidam navanita chauram. So in Raja, this thief is very, very famous, and he steals what? Navanita taskara, navanita chaura, the butter. Gopangananam chadukula choram, and he steals the clothes of the gopis. Aneka janmarjita papa choram. He steals aneka, after many, many lifetimes, we may have accumulated. Arjit means accumulate. Janma means life. Papa, whatever pap we have accumulated, he will steal that. Chaura graganyam purusham namami. This line is common for all the stanzas. Chaura agra chaura agra ganya. So amongst the group, ganya means group, agra means age. Amongst the group of thieves, who is the foremost, like the leader of all the thieves, is that Supreme Lord, Krishna. And to that Supreme Lord, I offer my humble obeisance. He steals the heart of Sri Radhika, Radhika Hridayasya. Navam Buddha, Shamala Kanti Choram. He's stealing everything from someone, or something from everyone. So from the clouds, these days we see a lot of rain and dark clouds. So we can think of Krishna, because Krishna steals their Kanti. Kanti is color. The Shamala, that's the color of the dark monsoon cloud, Krishna's color. padashritanam, जो उन पे आश्रित हैं, those who have taken shelter, he takes their everything. Samasta chauram. Chauragraganyam purusham namam. Akinchana kritya padashritamya. And he makes them akinchana. Pauper. Karoti bhikshum patigeha hinam. Homeless. And those who are pure devotees, those who are completely, akinchana, they have nothing else but Krishna. Their souls are very rare. Kenapi aho bhishana chaur idrik. Wow, this astonishing thief. Drishta, I have never seen. Shruta, I have never heard about. In the Jagat Trayepi. In all the 3 planets, I have not heard about this thief. Or such a thief who does such things. Yadiya namapi harati ashesham. By chanting the names of Lord Hari, Giri means mountain. Api papa rashi, pap ka jo rashi hai, means the sins we have, mountains of sins can be destroyed, can be purged by his holy name, by his shelter. And again, Ascharya Rupa or Bhishana, Ascharya, Drishta Shrutova Namaya Kadapi, I have never seen or heard. He steals dhana, wealth, mana, fame, tathendriyani, pranam shahritva, he steals his life. Mama sarva eva. Basically, he steals everything. Now, Bilamangal Thakur is changing the gear. By stealing all this, you have stolen my heart, you've stolen my wealth, you've stolen my everything. Now you're trying to run, doing palayana, you're trying to run away. Sorry, you can't run. I will tie you with bhakti dama. Damodara, dam means rope. You'll not be able to run away. And this is one of the very important pastimes in the Damodara Leela. Mata Yashoda, the devotees tie Krishna so tightly in their heart that Krishna, who can chinatsi ghoram yamapashabandha, who can, chinna, who can like challi kar basically he can easily cut off the yamapasha. Bhinatsi bhimam bhavapasha, he can also destroy the bhavapasha. Chinatsi sarvasta samasta bandhan, he can destroy all the bondages of everyone, but he cannot destroy the bhakta kritam tu bandham. He cannot destroy the rope of love, of bhakti, which the devotee ties. And Krishna could not open when Mata Yashoda tied. He's so strong. He is the Supreme Lord. He could not open those ropes. And now, Bilamangal Thakur is saying, thief must be given punishment. You have to stay in this karagraha, jail. Karagraha means jail. Dukkha maya nibadha. Where will you run? Because of your dosha, you have to take this danda. And may you always stay in the jail of my heart, in the karagraha of my heart, and I will tie you with the bhakti again, bhakti pasha, drida. Very strongly I'll tie you, not loose. It's a nice, bhakti must be strong. The ropes of bhakti, the ropes of love must be very strong. And pralaya koti shatantarepi, for a very, very long time, you have to stay there in my heart. And I will not leave you. I will never leave you. This is the prayer. Vraje prasidam navanita chauram gopangananam cha dukula chauram anika janmarjita papa chauram chauragraganyam purusham namami Śrī Radhikaya hridayasya chauram Navambuddha Shamala Kanti Chauram Padashritanam cha samasta chauram Chauragraganyam purusham namami Akinchani kritya Nitya padashritam ya karoti bhikshum patigeha hinam kenapi aho bhishana chaura edrik drishta shruto vana maya kadapi drishta shruto vana jagatrayepi yadiyanamapi harati ashisham giri prasaranapi paparashim ascharya rupo nanu chaura edrik drishta shruto vana maya kadapi dhanam cha manam cha tathendriyani pranamscha hritva mama sarvameva palayase kutra dhritodya chaura tvam bhakti damnasi maya niruddha chenatsi ghoram yamapasha bandham bhinatsi bhimam bhavapasha bandham chenatsi sarvasva samasta bandham naivatmano bhakta kritam tu bandham manmanasi tamasarashi ghori karagrihe dukkha maya nibaddha labhasva hechor hare chirai swachorya doshochitam eva dandam Karagrahe vasa sada hridaya madhye madbhakti pashadridam bandhana nischalasan tvam Krishna he pralayakoti shatantarepi sarvasva chaura hridaya nahi mochaya mi. Hare Krishna. So we can meditate upon this prayer. May the Supreme Lord always stay in our hearts and we strengthen the love of on bhakti so that we can tie Krishna in our heart. Any thoughts, any comments from this? Anyone has? Okay, let's move to Bali Maharaj. Talking about thief. He also did little bit thievery or trickery, chalaya. So in the Dashavatara Stotra, there is a prayer for all the 10 avatars. And this is the prayer for Vāmana. So Vāmana did trickery, chala. Anyone wants to recite this prayer? And then we'll read the English also. Just this part, text 5.
I can read. I'll try.
Okay, please.
Chalayasi vikramane balim adbhuta vāmana padanaka nirajanita jana pavana keshavadrita vāmana rupa jai jagadisha hare jai jagadisha hare. Thank you.
Oh, very nice. Chalayasa Vikrama, Vikrama Rupa or Ukrama. He is the name of Vāmana only. Adbhuta Vāmana. So he took the form, he disguised in the dwarf boy. Pada feet, Nakha nail, Nira water, Janita Jana Pavan. When he took the step, the Mother Ganges, the transcendental water from Viraja river, which is basically Ganga, started to flow to purify everyone. That Supreme Lord, I offer my humble obeisance. So let's read the translation. Anyone can read this? Text 5, English.
I am reading now.
Yes, please.
O Kesava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of a drop Brahmana. All glories to you, O wonderful drop. By your massive steps you received King Bali, and by the Ganges water that was emanated from the nails of your lotus feet, you deliver all living beings within this world.
There you go. Thank you. So now, I know the story is quite detailed, but this is a beautiful form of Vāman. There's a nice article. There are many articles on Dhanvat about Vāman Dev, but let's see if we can. There are multiple points, 10 lessons from Vāman Dev. So maybe 10 devotees we have here. We can read one each. So someone can start from this and read till this point.
I can start, Prabhuji. By Kripa Mahadash. Lord Vāman appeared within this world from the womb of Aditi, the mother of the gods. He appeared at midday on the Shravan Dwādashi, the 12th day of the lunar month of Shravan, when the moon is waxing. There are many lessons for Vaishnavas to learn from the narration of his activities, as found in the 8th canto, 18th chapter of the Bhāgavata-Purana, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Among the lessons are these: number 1, the God comes to this world in many forms, not just once, in one form, or even many times in the same form, but many times in many forms. He is never limited by the form, but remains all powerful. Thank you, Prabhuji.
People, you can also share if you have any comment or two, which from this particular lesson you're reading.
So, as the waves in the ocean is unlimited, there also got lots of avatar. Krishna is the avatari, and all the other avatar comes from the Lord Krishna. These are also many forms in different way, like Gunavatar, Rupavatar, Lila avatar, and it comes multiple. Same avatar can come multiple times, or multiple comes in the same era, but all the cause of this form for the Lord to have mercy on the fallen souls like us, to take back to the God, back to Godhead. Back to you, Prabhuji.
Well, thank you so much. And he's never limited by the form. So even he took the form of a little boy, and we know that how he, covered the in his 3 steps, practically in 2 steps, all the planets. So whether he comes as a small child, or as a horse, or as a fish, or as a boar, he's still the Supreme Lord. So let's read. Lakshya, you want to read text or lesson 2 here?
Yes, Ajay. That all other gods are meant to offer homage to him. They did this when, appearing as a young child, he was awarded the sacred thread of Brihaspati, the guru of the gods. The sun god gave him the Gayatri mantra, and his father, Kashyapa Muni, a straw belt. Mother Earth gave him a deer skin, and Lord Brahma gave him a water pot. Kuvera, the heavenly treasurer, gave him a monk's begging bowl, and the wife of Lord Shiva gave him the first arms. In this way, the gods all offered the best of what they had to the Supreme God. Each of us in our own way must also give the best of what we own, our talents, intelligence, words, and birth, as a gift to that same Lord, to the same God. He gave it to us along with our birth, and we can offer it back to him. Hare Kṛṣṇa, Prabhuji.
Isn't that wonderful? What do you think, Lakshay Prabhu? What did you like here?
It's they're like comparing us, like what we should do to the what the demigods were doing. Like the demigods were offering what they could, the best of what they had to Vāmana Dev. So in that way, we should offer what we have to Vāmana Dev.
Very good. So let's meditate upon this beautiful form of Vāmana Dev here as mentioned in this particular text, and we can also see who gave him what.
In the meantime, the question is, we see the demigods bring all the best of things like jewels, best flowers, best fruit. Here they're bringing the begging pot, water pot. How come they become the best of the gift?
Yeah, I think the idea is that we have to give for a student what is the best thing. Giving student a Tesla car is not the best thing, right? Does that make sense? For giving a nice notebook and a nice pen to the student is a very good thing, right? It's the best thing. So best does not mean just by monetary value. This is my understanding here based on. So giving a 5-year-old, Tesla car is like, okay, what it's just a piece of metal for him or her, right? Does that make sense? So giving that 5-year-old a nice, like a study material is, I think, the most appropriate thing for, right? What do you think?
But they know that he's a supreme, the demigods already know that he's a supreme personality.
That's absolutely correct. But he has come for a pastime, and they are all part of this pastime. They are all, I mean, if we go back, they were all, kicked out by Bali. And so they have to play their roles in the pastime. And he has come to trick. If they give him like gold and silver and this and that, then he'll think, well, then how can you beg? He is going to beg, right? He said, Baba, you have like gold, silver, why are you asking for 3 pieces of land? You have, let's say, pearl and a big kingdom and all. And at that point, you have to also understand that demigods were in a very daridra state. Their kingdom was snatched, their everything was snatched. So these are some thoughts.
Yeah, that's for sure. Thank you, Guruji.
Let's meditate and see who gave what. Brihaspati awarded the sacred thread. So the Brahmana thread. The sun god gave him the Gayatri mantra. The father Kashyapa gave him the straw belt, as you see, the father Kashyapa Muni. And Mother Earth gave him the deer skin, which he's wearing. So they gave the best they could. Who gave the pot? The water pot, Kamandalu, Brahma. Kuvera gave him the begging bowl, which I guess is here, the begging bowl. And who put some charity in there? Lakshmi ji gave the alms. So we can remember this if possible. Okay. Third, point number 3, we have to cover 10, so we'll go a little fast now. But the point here is one should try to offer the best to the Lord. That's the main lesson here. Whatever skills, words, wealth, etc. we have been blessed with, we should do our best. Anyone wants to read the third point? It was not yet read. So, Pradeep Prabhu, want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
And then Raghu Prabhu can read the next one. Yes, go ahead.
Upon seeing the lad from a distance, King Bali noticed his remarkable sun-like effluence. He welcomed him and washed his feet, thinking of himself as a great proprietor of the earth. Bali then asked Vamadeva what he would like to give in charity. As this was the custom of the king, Vāmana replied that he only wanted 3 paces of land, as measured by his own short steps. The king smiled at the thought of such a small request. He was soon to discover that just as God comes in disguise, so his requests to us are often disguised as simple act on devotion. Many people smile at the thought that God asks us for only 3 words, Hare Kṛṣṇa and Rama, spoken as mantra. But we speak those 3 small words, we begin to realize that He is changing our life forever from within our hearts.
Thank you, Prabhu. This is very powerful. So he asked for only 3 steps of land. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asking only just chant these 3 names, Hare Krishna and Ram, in the form of this mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And our life will be changed. So it may seem very simple. What's the big deal? Hare Krishna, Ram. Is it not like very complex? A child can chant, adult can chant, wealthy or poor, rich or, healthy or diseased. Practically anyone and everyone can chant. It doesn't take a lot to learn these 3 words. So simple. But in just this simple thing, the cleansing happens and our life changes forever. So very beautiful lesson. Okay, let's read text 4. Yes, Raghu Prabhu can read, and then Ekant Prabhu can read.
Hare Krishna, devotees. Vāmana teaches Bali that enlightened human beings are meant to be satisfied with what comes to them. Those who are not satisfied with what they actually need will never be satisfied, even if they gain the whole earth. And a man or a woman practicing the spiritual life must never be dissatisfied. For by such dissatisfaction, they sprinkle water on the inner fire of their spiritual potency. So this is teaching us what we have heard many times before, that those who are practicing the Hare Krishna movement and the ISKCON philosophy, the enlightened human beings, their wants are very simple. They are satisfied more with devotion than any material things can bring them any satisfaction. But those who are not satisfied, the greed is always there, and they'll never be happy. Because of that dissatisfaction, they're never happy in their life. And as a result, it also says that the dissatisfaction totally destroys any spiritual spark that they may have. Hare Krishna, back to you.
Very nice, Prabhu. Thank you. Being dissatisfied, Arey, ye nahi hai, wo nahi hai, I don't have this, my neighbor has this, my friend has this, it's only going to worsen the situation. And it's like putting water on the fire of spiritual life. That means bhakti fika ho jayega. bhakti will weaken. In Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says in chapter 17, the austerity of words, austerity of mind is to be satisfied by what comes. And that's what Bali Maharaj told, hey Baba, your intelligence is so small, your size is small. You're asking for 3 steps, I can give you palaces, I can give you, gold, silver, rupees, pearls. And ask something big. You've come to the emperor of the 3 planets, 3 worlds. You're asking, like, you're going to a billionaire and asking, can you give me 50 cents? Please. It's like making fun of him, right? Can you give me 50? Asking a multi-billionaire that to give me 50 cents. You have come to a billionaire, ask something big. He can give you a lot. So, but then Vamandev said this. For those who are not satisfied with what they have, they will not be satisfied even if they get the 3 worlds. And so satisfaction is very, very important. Hare Krishna. Yes, we'll go to the next one. Yes, Ikant Prabhu, and to read.
Hare Krishna. Bali Maharaj Guru Shukracharya was perspective enough to understand that was happening, who the young boy was, and what was about to happen. But he concealed the king to deny the request. Counseled the king to deny the request, even though he knew that it was Vishnu himself asking. Thus, Shukra was an atheist, even though learned in the Vedas. Such a guru who stands in the way of disciples' emancipation is fit to be rejected. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Krishna. The purpose of Guru is to bring one closer to Krishna. Bali wanted to take shelter. Bali wanted to, he said, Bali's Guru Shukracharya said, hey, do you know, he's not an ordinary boy. He's Vishnu. He'll take care of everything. And he said, okay, what's the conclusion of all the scriptures? The conclusion of all the scriptures is to serve Vishnu. So Bali Shukracharya is basically the technical word, also means seminal Guru. So just having namesake Guru who says, do not take shelter of Krishna, must be rejected, as mentioned here. The Guru is supposed to bring us closer to Krishna, not try to become an obstacle in the surrendering process. So, very nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Let's read the next. Anyone who has not yet read this lessons? Nandini Mata, you want to read, please?
Yes, Prabhu, Dandat Pranam, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Dandat Pranam, devotees. Bali turns to his guru and says that telling lies or not keeping a promise once spoken is the most sinful act. He explains that Mother Earth once said, I can bear any heavy thing. I can bear any heavy thing except a person who is a liar. Therefore, a person living according to Dharma must scrupulously avoid lying. Hari Bol. Back to you, Prabhu.
Comments, Mataji, thank you for reading.
Oh, okay. Hare Krishna. So this really shows that how we say that Krishna can be measured by the even one tulsi leaf say Bhagwan jhuk jate hai. But there, on the other side of the coin is that even one lie is unacceptable in our scriptures. It's really important to keep our word and keep our promise. In Mahabharata, we see this again and again that Arjuna took a vow to give up his own life if he could not keep up his promise of killing in the war field, killing of that king who then hid and Jayadratha and before sunset, and the Kaurava army hid him, and then there's an epic drama, and then there was another. We see this incident over and over again. To keep his vow, Yudhishthira even went to the Vanvas of 14 years. To keep 12 years of Vanvas, 1 year of Agyatvas. To keep his vow, Ram went to Vanvas for 14 years. So we see there's a tremendous, it's tremendously important to keep our word. We don't say it lightly, a man's value or woman's value. The worth is in giving a promise and keeping that promise. Currently, Bhadra Purnima is going on, and Vaisheshika Prabhu keeps on reminding that if you take a promise, or if you take an oath, or you take a vow to something to do for Krishna, then Krishna gives you tremendous blessings to fulfill that pledge or vow. Back to you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Dandavats.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very helpful. Take point number 7. Anyone wants to read this?
I can read, Prabhuji. He explains that the opportunity to give in charity is a qualified saintly person. To a qualified saintly person is very rare. It must never be regarded as a time of loss, but as a moment when auspicious is drawn towards the giver. When we give, we don't lose, rather God and the universe gives us even more in return. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So as here wonderfully explaining, when we give Krishna to someone, we in fact get more than what we give. So wonderful, Prabhuji. And also opportunity, charity has to be given to a qualified person in a right mood, right circumstance, not whatever we want to give. Like, I've seen like people giving eggs to kids in the schools. So, thank you. Sorry. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much. So, when we give, we don't lose. Very, very important. Happiness lies in giving. And I think all these verses, all these lessons are kind of reminding us that this is a great opportunity to give Bhagavatam to others. So I think I have been sharing or requesting about under the blessings and guidance of His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu and Srila Prabhupada, that how important this service is to distribute Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And especially now, in 2 days, there is Bhadra Purnima, practically 3 days. So we request devotees again, if you want to either take a set for yourself or your family member, or you want to give it to your friend, colleague, brother, sister, any contact you may have, either in US or in India or anywhere else in other planets. We will work out the logistics, and it's available in almost all the major languages: English, Hindi, Telugu, Marathi, Odia, Bengali, and others which you may speak. So humbly request everyone to please do your best and encourage others also to please Srila Prabhupada. This is very, very important. ISKCON Tampa has a goal of, what's the goal, Sudhir Prabhu? You're our leader for book distribution. What's the goal?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
What's
Yes, Prabhuji. So goal is, yes, Prabhuji, we want to, as Vaisheshika Prabhu Maharaj says, we have to double our goal every year. So last year we did almost I think Prabhuji, you did more than 30. So our goal is also, I think, this year, at least that one, or beyond that one.
Let me share something here with everyone, which we have not got chance to share this in the past, but it's very, very important. See, goal setting is very, very important. Goals, as Chaitanya Prabhu also mentioned, goals are very, very important. Goals help to drive. Goals inspire. Goals build teamwork. That yes, we have to do this as a team together. So let me share what's going on here. So for the time being, focus on this, ignore that part. I'll just hide it so you can focus on this thing. I'll just minimize it so you can focus on. Oops. So what this is, His Grace Visheshika Prabhu has set up a goal that 2026, in 5 years, 100,000 Bhagavatam. 100,000 Bhagavatam sets by 5 years. The leaders are visionary. Leaders have a vision, right? So such a great leader he is. He does not only have a tiny vision for the ISV temple, but they have a much bigger vision for the whole world. As we know that he is trying to inspire the devotees throughout the world to distribute Bhagavatam. So last year, the goal was 34,000, which devotees did more than that. This year, 2026 is 100,000. So how do we get from 34,000 to 100,000? By continuously improving. So the average increase is about 20-25%. This year 43, 54, 67, 82, and we make it 100,000. Now, this is not one temple's goal. This is not one community or one city or state or one country. This is a world goal. But an ocean is made up of many, many particles, many, many droplets. And we, as a ISKCON Tampa team, are also part of that tiny droplets to make that world goal possible. So how will that happen? When we do our part. So what he was requesting, that every center grows by this amount. So if you see, if the world goal is going from 25,000 to 100,000, so we should at least also grow from 20 to 100 by 2026. And how we have to do that is by growing incrementally by the same proportion, just like 1,000 is missing here, or about approximately. So it's okay. We are one amongst 1,000 centers, or even less, maybe one amongst the 5,000 centers across ISKCON community. So what our request, our goal currently is to have 35 sets of Bhagavatam, which is certainly doable because we have so many sincere devotees like all of you. So I humbly request you on behalf of Srila Prabhupada and all our, Guru Parampara, that please consider this request coming directly from Prabhupada. How important is book distribution? This is really saving the earth. All the leaders, Jayapataka Maharaj, Swami Maharaj, so many sessions are going on. Giriraj Maharaj, Sachinandan Maharaj, all the sannyasis, all the spiritual masters are sharing the same thing. That please try your best. Make a pledge, as we discussed, which is greater than 0, and anything greater than 0. We all have some capacity. As we discussed, we must do our best, Someone's capacity could be 1, someone's capacity could be 10, someone's capacity could be 100, right? So you can encourage your friends, well-wishers, and help in this mission to, achieve this goal of 35 sets and maybe more potentially. Any thoughts, any comments, any questions anyone has? Does it all make sense? Okay. So you know where to go, where to contact. You can contact me anytime. The hotlines are 24/7 open. So you can always contact me. For those who are watching this video later on YouTube or any other platform, you know where to contact. So let me know how I can serve you, and let this gift of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam go to many, many homes, many, many places, many, many cities, many, many devotees. And let's save the earth. Because Bhagavatam, like we're reading this about Vāmana, such beautiful, again from Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam teaches so much to build values, to build culture, to build bhakti. And if more and more people have that, then the lesser and lesser problems will be, lesser and lesser burden on Mother Earth. In this way, we will be able to save Mother Earth by distributing more Bhagavatam. Okay. We have 3 more points to read, so let's read that. Anyone wants to read?
I can do one more round, Puji. Shukra curses his own disciple, thus revealing the actual relationship that sometimes exists between an official religious priest and a member of the faith. So Shukra Charya, who is not a real guru, did not agree with the Bali Maharaj, who is actually ready to surrender to the Lord. Back to Puji.
Very cool. Thank you. Thus revealing his actual relationship. He was so-called guru basically. His intention was कि भाई Bali कंगाल हो गया तो मैं कंगाल हो जाऊं. Right? If Bali becomes a pauper and he is the one who has hidden agendas, Guru does not have hidden agendas. The only agenda Guru has is the spiritual advancement of the disciple. That's it. Nivritta tarshi upagiyamana, nivritta tarshi. So they are not hankering for the wealth of the devotee or the disciple. They're not hankering, oh, my disciple is so and so, so I will get some monetary gain or some, political gain. Oh, my disciple is a chair, like a governor, so I'll get some, extra points, or I'll be able to, or my disciple is a pilot, so maybe he'll be able to fly me for free. And this is all nonsense. That's not the aim of the Guru. The Guru's aim is only one, the disciples' benefit, and not to like the real benefit. Some people approach Guru, okay, Guru, my daughter is not getting married. Guru, I have a, so and so health issues. That's not the real purpose of the Guru. The real purpose of Guru is spiritual advancement. So one must approach tad vijnanartham saguru meva vigachet, to approach about the transcendental questions. For a medical problem, Guru is not the right way. One has to approach the doctor. Similarly, for the car breaks down, one should not approach the Guru. My car broke down. So, okay, 9, text 9. Yes, Ikant Prabhu, you can read.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Vāmana responds to Bali's promise by expanding his size. Although God may appear as a child, he is the oldest of the oldest. the immeasurably largest of all large things, and the most powerful of all. This lesson would later be learned by Lord Balaram, who tested the Lord's power when he appeared as child Krishna. God is also the ultimate owner of everything, since everything emanates from him. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for reading. So even though he may be child, and that's what we are actually reading in the Canto 10, already he has killed so many demons, Putana, etc. He was just a young child. Brahma Vimohan Leela, right? Referred here. So Krishna does not need to go to gym to develop muscles. Oh, then he'll kick. The tiny touch of his toe, the Shakatasur was destroyed. Right? He can become heavier than the heaviest. It's not that when he grabbed the neck of Trinavrata, he expanded himself. It's not like that. His weight, he was just the same size, like maybe 2 feet or something less than that. Like a baby, in short. With Putana, it's not that Putana expanded her size, but Krishna was the same baby size. So he is the supreme, even as a child or whatever form he comes, he is always the supreme. Last point here. Anyone? Yes.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Namaskar, everyone. Vāmana takes his first 2 steps, which due to his size encompass the entire cosmos. When he asks where he should place his 3rd promised step, Bali realizes that there is only one thing left to give him, his very self. The king surrenders fully to God at that moment. The surrender of Bali, although offered in a moment of abject desperation, is nonetheless to be emulated by all of us. We don't own countries, but we do regard ourselves as proprietors of our domestic domains. Most of this, in truth, never quite belong to us legally, and in the grand scheme of things, we can claim no factual ownership at all. Death will come very quickly and take everything away from us. So, better to give it all to God now. We do this by dedicating everything we own to his service. The result? Curiously enough, the same result that Bali achieved, that we are given everything back and that God draws us nearer to him and his eternal abode. So very nice point here. Here it's the point is talking about the complete Sharanagati of Bali Maharaj to Vāmana Dev, complete surrender. So if we surrender, and this, our body is, everything is actually belongs to God. We are nothing. We are the part of a whole. So if we surrender everything to God, then Krishna will come and take us, and we can go back to Godhead. And in Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur's song from Sharanagati, Manusho Deho Geho, Jo Kichu Mor, Orpilu Tua Pade, Nando Kishore. So complete surrender to God. That's what Bali Maharaj did. And that's what devotees are telling, to surrender himself to the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Krishna. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, thank you so much. Very, very powerful lesson. We claim, oh, this is my car, this is my property, this is my wealth, this is my bank balances. When death will come, सब यहीं का यहीं रह जाए. When you're born, empty-handed. When we die, empty-handed. But in the interim, we put a lot of stamp. This is mine, this is me, this is I, me, mine, aham, mameti, my wealth, my car, my property, my this, my that, I am. To the extent people literally kill their own brothers and sisters. This happens everywhere. On the name of property, bank balance, people literally kill. I mean, every day there is some news. Oh, brothers killing each other, fighting over property, fighting. The parents die, mother dies, father dies. Even the final rites are not fully done. The brothers, sisters start fighting about. Have you heard this anywhere? The final rites thing, the Atma uski wahi ghum rahi hai. 13 till 13th day, the soul is still there, but look at what that father, the mother who passed away, what he or she must be thinking. So better he gave it to the person who is the Muktaram Yajna Tapasam. And in doing so, one will never be a loser. Bali was not the loser, but he gained the real thing. That is proximity to Krishna. That's the eternal relationship. Yes, Nandini Mataji, please.
Where are we reading this from? This is very nice.
Yeah, it's an article on Dandavat. I can share in the group. Yeah, 10 lessons from Bali Maharaj's Leela. Yes, I really liked it. So, yeah. So, any other thoughts, any comments, additions, corrections? Anyone has? Anyone feeling inspired to share Bhagavatam with their friend, or in India or US or neighbor, colleague, relative?
I'll sponsor one in India.
We'll sponsor one in India. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Big Hari Bol to Vipul Prabhu and Suchaya Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
And I think our dear Upendra Prabhu have already kind of requested one Odia one, right? Did you get that, Bhagavatam?
No, Prabhuji. I think I will get by 13th.
Okay, has the Sudhir Prabhu, did you place his order, or Ramaya Pran Prabhu did?
Ramaya Pran Prabhu.
Okay, so you'll be getting in few days in short. So big Hari Bol to Upendra Prabhu and Ruby Mataji also. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
If you need any help with the, to welcome Bhagavatam, the devotees, here, or anyone can help you. You need to do some small arti or like a welcoming thing. You can coordinate with Sudhir Prabhu or Vipul Prabhu or Shridama Prabhu, and they'll be able to help you.
Sure, Prabhu.
We'd also like to sponsor one and get one from my brother Prabhuji in India. In fact, I think Renka also wants one, so maybe total 2 in India, Prabhuji.
Oh wow, this is very nice. One Mataji, one Prabhuji. Hari Bol, so 4 times Hari Bol, double.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. This is wonderful service, Prabhu. You always, you and Mataji are sharing this Krishna Katha, Bhakti, Gita, Bhagavatam with so many of your friends, relatives in India, in US. This is exemplary. So thank you so much.
Blessings, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
So if anyone else also wants, or wants to, as I said, is the best gift to give Bhagavatam to your friend, relative, Diwali gift. People give Diwali gifts. It's the best Diwali. The New Year gift, Christmas gift, whatever occasion, happy or sad, Bhagavatam can be read at any time. And it's the real nectar. Nigama kalpatarur galitam phalam. So please consider this request of Srila Prabhupada and all the Guru Parampara. And if you want to help in any way, please. Okay. So for those who may want to share with me, you can always message me, and we'll be happy to coordinate the details and work out the logistics with you to send it to you either here in US or in India. We'll work out all those details. Okay, so thank you so much again. Nandimata, you have your hand up. You wanted to share something?
Thank you so much, Pradhanat Pranam. Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Hare Bol. Hare Kṛṣṇa. You wanted to say something, Mata? You raise your hand. I was not. You have a comment or some additions? Okay. I think so. We will pause here. Thank you so much. Shri Vaman Dwādashi ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Jiva Goswami Avirbhav Divas ki jai.
Jai.
Grantaraj Bhagavatam Purana ki jai. Shri Bhadra Purnima Utsav ki jai.
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai. Vancham
Jai.
Kalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhyo Vajapatitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you. Hare Kṛṣṇa. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Hare Bol.
Hare Bol. Thank you,
Hare Bol.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.